Hey, what's going on, people, watchers of the internet? It's me, and I'm going to talk today about where we're going with the pack and what the next phases are. I hope everyone's having a good weekend so far. My wife went to yoga about an hour and a half ago, so I'm going to have to cut this short if I hear the dogs barking. But I barbecued some wings, made my wife dinner. It's here waiting for her when she gets home. Um, Thought I would just do a video real quick, have a beer with you guys, and chat about the next phases of what's going through this. So the first thing I'm going to tell you guys is that this is going to be dismantled within the next few weeks to a month. My wife is making me go go away for a couple days, so I'm not going to be able to be home and work on things, but I'm putting a plan together. So I know, this whole journey has been from this failed commission, from this dude who fucked me over, to getting something that was a win. And I think this is a win. Okay, I think I talked about it before, but I'm gonna call this a win. It looks great. It is heavy as shit, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. Got my 3x5 cards. But I think that the efforts going into this, as I talked about before, are just kind of spinning my wheels. And I'm not going to get what I want out of this, but what I needed to do is make this thing look like a proton pack, to make it look like an unlicensed nuclear accelerator, and we've done that. And before I take it apart, and I actually was like, oh, I'll start doing it now, just get in front of it. But I still do like to look at it. I like that it's here. It's got so much paint and Bondo on it. Like, I'm old school, so I like the way that smells. So this room, this playroom that I'm kind of redoing. Oh, and I did find my Ghostbusters banner. I didn't put it up though because it's hard to see the pack while it's up there. So probably not the best idea. But I'll buy fucking curtains. I can go to Ross. I have curtain money, not good curtain money, but curtain money nonetheless. I can do some curtains. And then if the mood strikes me, we can put that banner up. But again, I'm not in a fraternity. I'm not a teenager or a young man at all, as you can see. But anyway, getting back to the pack. Let me see what I have written down here on my 3x5 cards. So I'm breaking it down. Okay, we're gonna take all the hard parts off, the clippered, all the clippered valves. I'll take the SMCs off unless I can find a better option from them. There's some stuff that I'll probably need to replace, like the brass bars on the iron arm. I think that I did screw this in, but I think I glued this in as well. So we'll figure that out. But I'm gonna start breaking it down for parts, just because if you're in this hobby, these parts are expensive. Another thing is there was a really close deal with the fact of doing an Adibos pack with me recently. Had a close call where someone was selling one for a good deal. Having as many packs as I have, moving through this, I didn't think that it'd be a great idea to go ahead and buy another one, but I did consider it. I did have some trade fodder. I did, think about maybe talking to him about it, but ultimately I didn't have what the guy wanted. I didn't want to post anything else I had, to ultimately swap for it. So I decided to go away from the Adibos. What I have decided is that I'm going to have this, my birthday's coming up. Don't go out shopping. It's okay. I don't need anything from you. But my wife asked me what I wanted, and ideally I wanted to have this pack shell printed with 100% infill in ABS. That's what I want this shell to be. I think we talked about it before a little bit, as far as what the PLA doesn't last, with temperature too well. ABS prints at a higher temperature. It is a more difficult material from what I gather to deal with. I've not, fucked with it before, so it's going to be a new thing to me. So that's what this is going to be. As far as the thrower goes, and I have the thrower in my hand because I kind of want to show this off a little bit more on camera because I know you guys didn't get to see it too much. The thrower I'm considering, and this does look great, and it's 100% infill, and it's it has some heft to it, but it's not where I want it to be. So in talking to having that ABS shell constructed, I've been toying in the fact of having the body of the thrower being ABS 100% infill, then possibly monkeying with the Q files to be able to have, it'd be pretty easy on this end to have the like an aluminum post here, maybe this end as well. I'm also considering throwing Chicken, his thrower. If you haven't looked at that on Etsy, it's a very, very tempting buy. He's got a resin, an aluminum kit. Everyone that I hear talking about them just goes bananas over it. And it's only $210 shipped. Like, he doesn't even charge shipping. And it allows you to put a bunch of aluminum add-ons if you want. So the body's resin, the gun box is resin, but and the front of the barrel is resin, but it does have and I believe an aluminum tube back here as well. So like that to me is yeah, I'm considering that as well. There's a bananas part of me that is considering trying to get that build done before Ghostbusters Day, which I believe is June 8th. So even if I got all of these parts in or around my birthday, which is early May, again, stop with the cards. You don't need my address. I don't know if I would be able to do that, considering all the other responsibilities I have. But it's a thought. It's a thought. Motherboard on this pack that I got off the guy. I know the guy worked in sheet metal. This motherboard on this is steel, and it's fucking heavy. Everyone always says how light these packs are. With a steel board on that with the Alice frame, it's very heavy. So I'm looking at possibly my friend Adam. He makes motherboards for his custom files for his 3D pack. I'm talking to him to see if it might work with the Q models. I'm also thinking about maybe just cutting one myself. I have a jigsaw. I have a decent set of tools. Maybe I can do something like that. Again, just wanted to show off the throw a little bit. I made notes to make sure I showed off, just kind of showing you where we've come. You know what I mean? It's again, there's no pop Mac. That's something else I should probably talk about, but that does collapse in and out and does have some weight to it. I just wish if I drop this, it would shatter into a million pieces. I know that for sure. It wouldn't just dent. And the way this stuff is put together, I don't know if it's a way that I would just be able to fix something, reprint a part, and pop it on there. But that's something we're in talks about as well. Let's see. Why am I doing it? Why am I not just cool with this? I talked about the structural thing, want to take it out and stuff like that. Again, I'm in my late 40s. And cheers to you. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I just want it to be more durable. And I'm gonna stick with the GB2. I'm not doing like anyone's particular pack, but I'm gonna stick with the GB2 just because I like the angle of the wand, the wangle, if you will. I like the fact that Spectra Strip is pretty easy to come by. But I'm not looking to like make a Venkman hero. Not yet. That's why I thought like if I ever did like I considered Max Factory. Like, those it pulls on my heartstrings, to possibly, own something with lineage. Really pulls on my heartstrings, but I just don't have the capital to turn around something in a couple months. With aluminum, I want to do those with aluminum parts and everything, right? I think that's what that stuff's made for. Not saying I'll never do it, you know what I mean? They're awesome, and especially with these A- grades and B grade shells that they have. Like, it's very, very, very tantalizing, but trying to do something in my work zone, which I'm happy with. And also, like, to be honest with you, I want to be one of the best, and not that it's competition or anything like that, but I want to be one of the better 3D printed packs out there as far as material and looks goes. You know, I want the heavies or the people that are you know, doing the Max Factory with, you know, spending, you know, $4 or $5 grand in materials and countless amounts of hours, and well, they're going to start to look at this and be like, hey man, this is a serviceable pack, and this guy is operating at the top of his function or the top of his tier. And what I've been working on so far have been 3D prints, right? And I've been having some success. This is a success for me. Resurrecting this thing out of the fucking shit that it was, and I'll do a montage of what it was in the box when it came to me, and what we turned out. And I'll do a video maybe in that. Maybe it'll be my first edited video where I give a kind of tour of the pack, so I can give you guys a look at the nooks and crannies. The other thing, what was the biggest thing we had with this, right, was electronics. We had this thing, I talked about it before. This has gone through 3 apparently capable people's hands. The first guy, I'm not too sure. The 2 other parties, I know for sure they are capable people. And they were unable to get this Arduino-based system, no matter how much money we threw at it, how much time they threw at it, they were unable to get it up and running. So do I gut this and put another electronic set in, or do I keep this in a closet, we work on it when we can, and I start from formula? I've decided to start from formula. So I've already started to, even without the shell being built or anything like that, just to make it easier in my wallet, I already started buying pieces, excuse me, of GB Fans Light kits. Everything I'm watching there, it's easy to add on. I can do it myself and not rely on somebody else. Like, that's the thing, like sanding and bonding and all that kind of stuff, like, I can do, but when it comes out of my wheelhouse, I'm not able to do it, and relying on somebody else. Also, you feel like an asshole, you know what I mean? Like, you try to be like, oh man, I'll give you this, or I'll pay you this, or I'll trade you this. But the thing is at the end of the day, they've spun their wheels, they've spent so many fucking hours on this, it's not worth the end, you know what I mean? They earned whatever you gave them, spent on it or whatever, trying to figure it out. You know, these people, again, are not, you know, Ghostbuster aficionados or electronics people that do this for a living. These are just people that have a better understanding than me that were willing to help me out. So I've gone through a bunch of videos. I've gone through a bunch of stuff on GB Fans forums. I think I have an idea of what's going to be able to happen with these electronics. So, you know, that's pretty much, you know, the end of it, you know, as far as this pack goes. Again, I'll do like a video kind of going through every nook and cranny if you guys are interested. I'm very, very proud of it. I'm not throwing it out. It will still be here with the electronics, you know, intact. I'll still fart with the thrower. Is awesome. I love this thing so much, and I'll still futz around with this. But ultimately, I think that we accomplished what we were trying to do here, right? The revenge porn that I was trying to do, which was taking this piece of shit this guy gave me and making it into something that I'm proud of. And yet, I would 100% wear this to an event if it had electronics in it. And I would probably still, I see plenty of people that don't have electronics in their packs and events. I could definitely do that. Also, if I wasn't so stressed about its integrity. You know, this is 100% infill. If this fell, yeah, parts might break and crack and shatter. This thing is Gapso plenty. That's what we should call it. Geo plenty. But I'm happy. I'm happy that it's there. If I didn't fall into this rabbit hole of buying a flight suit and joining a franchise, I would be fucking bananas over this. This is awesome. Come to my house and take a look at this. But now I have this, 2 HasLabs, this Spirit Pack that, you know, from 4 or 5 years ago that started this whole fucking channel. Still have that, which I'm thinking about donating to my franchise for people who don't. Maybe someone doesn't, but pack like a loaner if they need that. But that's what we're going to be moving forward with this channel. We're going to do a full ABS shell. We're going to figure out what we're going to do with the thrower, whether or not we're going to do a 3D print aluminum hybrid. or if we're going to do a throwing chicken thrower. So that's where we're at. Made it before the wife came home from yoga and said, "What are you screaming out by yourself in that playroom?" But I appreciate everybody watching. Again, I'll do a video of this shortly where I kind of walk over it real quick. I'll try to be quiet and not yap that much. Give you guys a look at the nooks and the crannies, see where the errors were, and what we can do better next time. And that's what I want to do. I want to make an idealized pack that works for me, and I want to be one of the better 3D printed packs that you'll look at online. That's my goal. But I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you're having had a great weekend. Get ready to start your week, and I'll talk to you all soon. Love you guys.